This is something that you know firsthand about, and just we mentioned it's not a victimless crime. You were a victim of it yourself.
I was, yeah. I had no idea. I mean, I knew there was kind of fake profiles of me on social media. And it sounds like a strange thing to say, but to a certain degree you expect it a little bit because of the job that I do. And I've been aware of all of that. But then this one particular day, I came home to a bunch of flowers on my doorstep and at my home. And with a card that said, sorry you couldn't make the date and hope you're better soon, and kisses, but no name, nothing. And obviously my boyfriend was a bit like, oh yeah, what's this about? And I was like, no. So then we kind of were like trying to work out who it was and everything. Went to the florist and the florist said, I'm sorry, I can't give you that information. I said, well, why? I said, well, it's client confidentiality. I was like, it's a bunch of flowers, you know. You'll have to get the police involved if you want the information. So then we got the police, and the police did find out who it was, and they contacted this guy, and the guy thought he'd been having a relationship with me for the past 10 years.
Oh, my God, and that was scary. You knew exactly where you lived as well.
Well, yeah, they had my home address.
So how had he been conversing with you? Was it like on social media?
He said that originally they'd been talking over social media, and then that this person had actually been like texting and stuff as well, and claiming to be me.
So was it a woman, or was it?
I believe so,
yeah.
But they wouldn't give me that information.
Quite scary though. But to come home and have, I mean, flowers on your door, that would panic you.
It was really creepy, and because you know sometimes you know if you get things delivered to work, that's one thing, but then to actually have that, you know, somebody at your home,
it changes everything.
And this person had said they were in love with you.
Yes.
That's really scary, I know.
Yeah,
and that you've been having a 10-year relationship.
Apparently so. Which in itself is quite odd, because you think, well, why have you not questioned why we've not met for 10 years? You know, it's like, it's a bit of a strange relationship.
You know, yeah, it is, but there's a lot of sad, lonely people out there, isn't there? And what was that quote you said earlier about?
Well, you don't see things as they are, you see things as you are.
Yeah.
So if someone is hopeful and liking the feeling of being in love with a particular person, or who they think is that person, then they're almost happy to ignore what would be to everyone else quite a glaringly obvious thing of not having met.
You see what you want to see and you believe what you want to believe, don't you? And you're in love, be it online or be it in real life. But you've had it where somebody said before that your niece had died or something. That was awful.
They claimed that they were my niece. They'd been talking to several people over social media, and they claimed to be my niece and said that my actual niece, Kym, had died of cancer.
Oh, my God.
And my niece was like, what? I mean, even involving kind of my family. And
Well, Kym, you mentioned, obviously, you know, you knew that there were fake online profiles set up for you, and you do kind of take it on the chin that if you're in the public eye, something like that would happen.
Yeah.
But when it comes to your children, that's a whole different ballgame. Tell us what happened with Emily.
Well, since Emily's been about 14 or 15, there's been various fake sites made of her on different social media networks. Yeah, that's one. And she's got really fed up with it, you know, and we kept reporting it and it kept being taken off, and then a new one would pop up, and then, you know, and all of that. And then there was one that they went on, was a dating website more recently, claiming that she was bisexual and that she wanted to meet girls. Now, that to me is terrifying, because who is that person? That could be a guy who's trying to meet young girls, or
photographs
a woman.
Themselves.
You know, it just terrified me, and this just went on and on and on and on, and she was getting really distressed about it, because there was things being said about her that weren't true, and, you know, when you're a girl growing up in your teenage years...
At any point, it's
exactly.
distressing.
And then we...
So having sexuality talked about either way.
Either way is not, you know... And
why would you bring that up? You know, it's not...
Exactly. And so for me, I just felt it was really, really odd, you know, and it went on, and then we kind of got a little bit of information of who this person might have been, or we got a number of who this was. We went to the police and said, this is what this person's been doing, this is their number, and they said, we're sorry, we can't do anything about it, because they've not committed a crime.
So you're backing Rebecca, aren't you, to try and get some sort of law put in place that causing distress through pretending to be someone else on social media or through the internet should be a crime?
Absolutely. It's dangerous. It's really dangerous. I mean, and the irony is that when you report these these things sometimes and say, this isn't me, you then have to prove that you're you before they'll take it down.
Ridiculous. Kym, thank you for coming on today to underline all this for us.